Hey guys, it's a nerdy movie guys, so today I'm going to talk about The Greatest Showman. Now, this is a movie I actually got to watch a couple weeks ago while on vacation. I sadly do not have it in my physical collection yet. However, I absolutely love this movie. I fell in love with it. The soundtrack was just phenomenal, and I just loved everything about it. So I kind of want to explain and sort of do a miniature deep dive into this movie that I couldn't shake the songs in my head. I couldn't shake the memories of watching this movie. It was just one of my favorites of all time now, and I don't know how it became my favorites of all time. It was just there was just no complaints about it whatsoever. So first of all, we got Hugh Jackman with the most incredible singing voice I may have ever heard. If he quit acting and wanted to become a singer full time, I think Hugh Jackman fans would be just fine. Yeah, it would suck. We wouldn't have Wolverine. But I think if he were making album after album, I mean, I'd listen to it all. All right, he's got an incredible voice. And then we get to Zac Efron. Not only is he an incredible actor, if you saw The Iron Claw, he proved his acting worth in that movie alone. And then in movies like That Awkward Moment, he can prove he has the skills to do comedy roles as well. In this movie, he gets to prove he can sing too. Now, sadly, he doesn't have the vocal range to really stand out while Hugh Jackman is the lead in this movie. However, Zac Efron does have a great singing voice, and I look forward to seeing if he's ever going to do something like that again, sort of maybe in the future in a movie like this. So you take the story. You have the midget, the bearded lady. You have all these different, sort of outsiders in this movie. That Hugh Jackman's role in this movie, they all come together. And I think the story about someone who feels like an outsider finding a place for them, finding a home, finding somewhere they belong, that story alone is worth the watch. It was told in a very strategic, welcoming way for sort of anyone to enjoy that kind of story, because I think even people who don't feel like an outsider for any physical reasons or for their appearance, I think most people feel like they're an outsider at some point in their life for one reason or another. So this movie, in my opinion, really draws to a much larger audience than most, because most people can find something relatable in this movie in one character or another. So that was great. It was a really nice story to see. The way it was told in this movie, it was just phenomenal. We get to the singing. The singing, I don't know, guys. This may be one of my favorite albums of all time. It just hits hard. I mean, every single song was great. I don't know how they pulled it off for this movie, but every single song stood out, had something memorable about it, and every single song is catchy. I mean, I'm sitting there watching the movie on this road trip, and I immediately want to listen to the album over and over and over again. That's how much I love this movie and the album, the music especially. So everything about that was great. So I think the way it ended, sort of taking the reins and sharing control, I think those sort of messages, along with the overall story for it, is just something that everyone can connect to, and that's why I think it was such a beautiful movie, because those aspects are something that I think we need more of in movies. There's too many movies that are just standard Hollywood blockbusters. They're big action, big CGI monsters. I just don't need that in every movie. I want something human, something relatable, something I can connect to. So I found all of that in this movie, and that's why I loved it so much. So I can't wait to see what the director does next, whatever he does next, especially if Hugh Jackman's involved. I'm there. I don't even need to see a trailer. I'll be there and see it. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't checked this movie out, I really, really, really highly recommend watching it. It's one of my favorites. If you don't mind the musical theme to this movie, I think it'll become one of your favorites too. Thanks for watching.